Hi, and welcome to another video by The Peppy Techie. Now this video, just so you know, is a quick overview. I'll be doing more in-depth videos on each of these products in the next few weeks. The first one is Belarc Utilities, Belarc Advisor, Stringer, Malware Bytes, Classic Shell, and CC Cleaner. Belarc Utilities is probably the #1 program downloaded on download.com at CNET. It is really a great little utility for help fixing problems on your machine really quickly. So we're going to run out and take a quick look at that. With Belarc Utilities, you'll start in the overview. And one of the first things I advise you to do is just go to Advanced Tools. So we're going to go right here to Advanced Tools. Now just with a real quick overview, you can repair your registry, clean up disk space, you can remove malware, you can erase your history and even shred files. You can look at your startup items. It's probably one of the first things that I do once I install this on someone's machine is I go look and say, how long is this computer taking to boot up, and what are the startup programs? And a lot of them usually are things people do not need. For example, I've disabled starting up Snagit and QuickTime. That does not mean these programs won't run. It just means these things don't run when you start the computer. So that's the first thing that I advise everyone to go and look at. It also gives you all kinds of system information. It allows you to defrag and do different things, back up your machine, and even uninstall programs directly from here, which is really quick and easy for me when I'm trying to see what junk people have on their machines. That's Belarc Utilities, and I'll have a link down below on how you can install it. The next program we're going to talk about is Belarc Advisor, and this basically gives you a detailed profile of software and hardware, your network that is on your computer, and your antivirus setup and what you're running. So let's take a look at what Belarc runs when it finishes running on your computer. And you can see you run it, it'll give you a web page basically. So it'll tell you the name of your computer. Most importantly, it's going to give you the operating system and what I'm looking at from people's, what's the processor that we're working with here today, and how much memory do I have in this one? I have 16 gigabytes. Also, how big is their hard drive and how much free space there is. These are things that really can slow down a computer and some of the tools. Also, what you will find is, as you go further down, you'll find some software that has software licenses. You'll see I've got that grayed out over here, sorry, but it does give you the licenses. So you can print these out or copy it, paste it somewhere where you can save it. And if you have to reinstall those applications, you'll have those license numbers. Another free product that I will use when I'm going to someone's home that I always have on my USB drive is some of these anti-malware tools. Most importantly is Stinger. It detects and removes prevalent fake alert malware threats, and many times people get these pop-ups on their machines. They're like, you got to download your machine, you got to download virus protection, blah blah, we're gonna steal all your data. You're really just fake and trying to get you to buy something. So using this helps, as well as ransomware recovery. They have some files here that help with that. And I do use the rootkit remover because many times someone will get an infection on their machine. It's so hard to get off that this rootkit remover does help. So these are some tools. They're free. And again, the link to this page will also be down below. Malware Bytes, you go out and get the free download. Let's take a look at what it looks like. You're going after a quick scan for malware. I already scanned mine today and it already found some problems. So all you have to do is push scan and away it will go. You can quarantine things, and that just basically says, hey, we think this is a problem, and then you can run your machine. If it starts crashing, then you know, hey, maybe I need to restore some of these things. Once your machine works pretty well, I would advise you to go into this quarantine, delete those files. I did a scan report earlier today. I can view the report, and these are all the files that were in there. And I said, you know what? They were search engine items. And I just said, poop, they need to go. Quarantined them, looked around, didn't have any problem. And so I deleted them. So we'll take another look at Malware Bytes later, but that is the free download. The next one is CC Cleaner. Whenever you install any program, especially free ones, take a look at the pages before you install. For example, with CC Cleaner, right here it says yes, install, add best, and this happens to a lot of my clients, and then they'll have 3 or 4 virus protections. I'm going to also click on customize because I want to make sure it's not running anything that I don't want it to. So I'm going to let it do these things. Everything here seems pretty good, and I'm going to install. And the cleaner is a little newer than it has a nice new look to it. I can say, what in Windows do I want to clean up? Internet cache, history, temporary internet files, and different things. I can come here to applications and say I wanted to clean up some of my temporary files in these folders that I use in some of my programs. I can have it even go in and clean some registry. It can look at my disk and say, I'm going to analyze your C disk and look for this. And usually what I do is I don't want system monitoring or active monitoring. Are you sure you want to do this? I just don't want it running on my machine constantly right now. It does not run now when the computer starts. Classic Shell turns your menu button back and your menu back into what looks like Windows 8 or even Windows 7 if you wanted it to, so you can get to the applications without having the tiles and this sort of setup. So if you're looking to have the regular look for Microsoft, you can download Classic Shell menu. You can choose what you want it to look like, either way back, and I just chose Windows 7 style. And we'll get into how to use Classic Shell and a lot of these tools later, but that's Classic Shell and what it does for right now. I hope this PC Tools for Every User video helped you today, and we'd love to have you as a subscriber. So please subscribe to the Peppy Techie YouTube channel, and if this video helped you, please punch that like button and give us a thumbs up. We hope that if you have any questions, you'll put them down in the comments, and you'll be watching for the videos about each of these PC tools in the next few weeks. Thanks for watching.